Hey, this is AJ. Welcome either back or to the Handyman Process. This channel kind of focuses on handyman businesses, the processes kind of behind the scenes, how I run my handyman business. If you've been watching for a while, you kind of understand my style and my flow. If this is your first video, this is kind of a rant video, just the heads up. I'm going to kind of talk about what I've been doing. It's been a while since I posted a video, had a lot of different things going on. So in this video, I'm going to kind of address all the different things I've been juggling recently, and then kind of tease some upcoming videos that I have a huge list here of kind of what I want to put out. So first of all, I think the last actual video I made, long form video, was I had left my federal job. This was back in March, beginning of March, mid March. I took the buyout offer that they offered all the federal employees. So I've been receiving my full paycheck since mid March. I'm pretty happy about that. Haven't had to go back to the office. Submitted retirement paperwork and kind of, that ship is sailed. That ship is gone, and I'm very happy and thankful for it. And since that's happened, I've done a couple of things. First of all, I went down to Mexico for a while, which I think anybody who's making a transition should go somewhere and chill out a little bit. And that's what I did. I went down to Cancun, had a great, relaxing time down there, and it was awesome. It was kind of a great transition. And then I came back, and my plan is to go full time handyman, but I wanted to kind of ease into it, right? Because I've been working federal government for the last 20 something years, very specific kind of work, right? In the office and meetings. So this is a huge different change of pace to me, right? I have control over my time now. I'm not in Teams meetings. I'm not answering emails. It's awesome, right? So if anybody's out there like, what's it like? It's freaking awesome. Um, but I also didn't want to like just jump straight back into work, right? Because I have this opportunity where I'm going to be kind of on a severance for a little while. I really wanted to focus on my health a little bit and my well-being. So I've been exercising and playing like pickleball a lot with my wife and other folks. Walking, trying to work out a little bit more. I would say I'm eating better, but I'm not. Actually, I don't even know if that's on my list, but I probably should be eating better. But I'm working out enough where I can even it out. But that was my primary focus. I told myself when this happened that I'd like to kind of take 30 days off or so and then just chill out, get right, exercise. So I haven't stuck to that completely because, as you know, as a handyman or a handy woman, the phone's ringing, right? The phone's ringing, messages are coming in. So I said, okay, this is what I'll do. I won't actively pursue stuff right away for at least a couple of weeks. I'll just, if calls come in, I'll take them. If work comes in, I'll do it. So that's what I've been doing. I've been working almost every day. I would say, maybe one job, two jobs, some days 4 or 5 jobs. All depends on kind of what's coming in. But I've been doing that as well. And while I've been doing that, I have been making tweaks to the way that I run my business, to my handyman process. So a couple of things. Let me throw on some glasses here. So I talked about the going full time. So let me talk about some things that I've been working on. So one thing I've been working on as part of this transition and as part of just looking at our budget, I'm looking at all the costs associated with running my business, right? I have a CRM, I have phone service, I have Mile IQ for mileage, I have insurance, all the expenses that kind of go along with my business. Is there any way to streamline that? Is there any way to reduce overhead? Kind of what can I do in that area? And this, I'll touch on this in a little bit, but I'm planning to make a video on how quickly AI is moving right now. And the reason I want to make that video is because it's moving so quick that there's going to be a plethora of apps that are coming out and technologies that are coming out that you'll be able to use for your handyman business. And they're going to come rapid, right? In the next 6 to 12 months, there's going to be awesome stuff coming out. And I say that because I've been pretty close to it, and I'm seeing a lot of things. Just go to the App Store, search for AI this or AI that. And you're going to start to see things that came out 2 weeks ago, 1 week ago, a month ago. So you can already kind of see it bubbling up and happening. And as part of that, I've been using AI to. I talk to AI like like it's the smartest person I know, right? And things I talk to it about are, hey, here's my business. Here's how I run my business. I use all these different apps. Here's what I like about them. Here's what I don't like about them. Here's where integration is bad. And I said, is there anything I can do myself with the current set of tools that are out there to like basically make my own CRM to manage my own stuff? And it spit out, yep, just do this. Go here, download this, get this, do that. So I've been doing a lot of that. And I'm not going to get into specifics of exactly what that is yet because I'm still testing it. And right now, like I'd like to dedicate a day to it, but I got to stop answering the phone for a bit. So in order to focus on that. But just as a teaser, what I did set up is I set up tables for all the information I use, tables for all my customers' information, tables for what estimates look like, work orders look like, tables for invoices, connections. I haven't done this yet, but I'm pretty confident I can make a connection between my phone system, the CRM that I'm building, my banking system to kind of bring it all together. At the same time, there's other CRMs that will be coming out that will do exactly what I'm doing. So my effort may be wasted in that regards. Either way, it's intellectually stimulating for me, so I've been messing with it. The other thing I've been messing with is my Google profile. So I rank number one in my area, in my specific area, about 10 miles around my house for handyman, handyman near me, handyman shirts, Texas. Um, but as part of my transition with my work, I'm expanding my territory a bit. So I'm going to be branching out maybe 20, 25 miles or so, depending on the scope of work. So as part of that, I'm updating my Google profile to get me there. So I'm adding new service areas. And in the Google profile, there's also the ability to tell people what your services are. And this is a little bit of a hack, but if I'll choose my favorite service. My favorite service is cabinet hardware installation. So underneath my main category of handyman, I have all these different services, right? Like painting and carpentry work, and then I have cabinet hardware installation. But to to help me stand out in some of these other cities around me, I'm making specific services for those areas. So cabinet hardware installation, New Braunfels, Texas. Cabinet hardware installation, San Antonio, Texas. Cabinet hardware installation, Shirts, Texas. This is all helping a little bit, and I'm watching my Google Analytics every day, so I'm starting to see other people kind of come in. So I'll be making a YouTube video probably on the Google profile, the best practices and things that I'm doing with that. Then moving into marketing. So I've done a couple things with marketing. I think it was last week. I used a feature called Customer Finder 360 or 360 Customer Finder. It's a marketing function within the Markate app that allows you to basically zoom into specific neighborhoods and then mail postcards to people who live in that neighborhood. So what I did is I went back to cabinet hardware installation, my favorite job. I said, where have I done these jobs? And I did that because I said, well, if I did it in one house, there's got to be other houses in that neighborhood that probably need the same service. So I went to a couple of different neighborhoods. I made circles around just that neighborhood, maybe 40, 50 houses. And I made in that customer 360 application in Markate, I made a postcard advertising my cabinet hardware installation services. And I hit the button, I mailed them out. Dirt cheap. I forget what I paid, but it was hardly anything to send these postcards out. So now I'm in the waiting process to see what comes in. In addition to that, I had tried to run Facebook videos, Facebook Reels, advertising my cabinet hardware installation services. So if you watch my stuff for a while, you've probably seen some time lapse videos of me going around, drilling holes, putting the hardware in, and I uploaded that video and I ran a Google Facebook ad showing that video within basically 20 miles of my house, aiming at females 35 to I think 60 with certain interest. And great news, I got like 20,000 views. I got zero responses from that ad. I spent about $100. So I was like, man, I don't know what the deal is. I thought for sure I would get something. I know I'm hitting that demographic. I know they're seeing my video. And then I was like, well, maybe my video sucks. So I went on Fiverr and I hired a professional video, like Facebook reel maker to make. So I fed him some of my pictures and my data, and I said, "Hey man, make me a killer video with some background music." He's going to write me a script, and I'm going to do a voice overlay. So that's going to get delivered in like a day or so, and then I'm going to try it again. And I'm hoping to say, man, I like the phone's blowing up. So I'm not sure. We'll see what happens with that. Um, and what else do I have? Yeah, those are the main things that I've primarily been working on. I've also taken a lot of calls from people, from viewers, people watching, like you guys, through comments. Hey, can I give you a call? So I had a long conversation with a guy up in Missouri the other day. Just general questions. People like to pick my brain from a tech perspective and a process perspective. What do you think of this? What do you think of that? And in his case, I was looking at his Google profile. And just a note to everybody, reply to your Google reviews. If you're getting Google reviews, at the very least, take the time to say thanks. But if you want to go one step further, a lot of people will just say, oh, John showed up. He did a great job. I highly recommend him. That's okay, right? Google gives you credit for that review, but they'll also give you credit and some SEO love for your response. So if there's certain work that you're trying to get more of in a certain area, I would recommend going in. If you haven't replied to your reviews, do this. If you have replied to your reviews, go back and edit them. So let's say you like doing deck installations and you like doing it in this particular town. If you've done a bunch of those, when you reply, say, Becky, thank you so much for your business. I appreciate you reaching out to my handyman company. So, right, you're, Greenshire Handyman. Um, I appreciate you calling us when you needed your deck repaired in this town. I hope you're happy with our level of service. Like, when you write your review, think about what people are searching for on Google and make sure you incorporate that into your replies. So you would be incorporating decking, you'd be incorporating the town name, you'd be incorporating handyman or deck builder or whatever. Go through all your reviews and do that, and it'll start bumping up your rankings in Google. Anyway, I got off a tangent there. The point was, there's people out calling me. So I was talking to a guy in Missouri, a guy in Florida. I got someone else is going to call me tomorrow. If you want to just call up and chat and talk about different things, let me know. I've also gotten requests if I could do like a webinar to teach people how to make their own websites. I have videos on this, but if you're like the person that would rather have, maybe 10 people on a webinar, I'll walk you through exactly what to do. Drop a comment down below, let me know. And if you're reading the comments and something resonates with you, go ahead and comment on that. And then I'll think about putting like something like that out together. And then the final thing, I guess, I'm not getting any love from YouTube in terms of money. I haven't. I've made $2 in YouTube, and that was me testing the system by giving myself like a super thanks. I forget what it was, but I have had some sponsors reach out to me and saying, "Hey, can you try one of our products? Can you make a video?" And so far, the products I'm getting are pretty cool. I got a hat the other day, fantastic hat, the best hat I've ever actually had. I got a couple of things sitting in the garage that I'll be making some videos on here coming up. So I'm happy and thankful for that. And if you're watching this video and you want me to test out your products, go ahead and reach out to me. Let me know. You can find my contact information on my profile. Look forward to working with you. If it's a good product, if you're not a good product, I'm not going to help you out. Sorry, but if you're a good product and you're benefiting the handyman community, then please go ahead and reach out to me. But anyway, that's about all I have right now. Hopefully, I'll get back to a rhythm where I'm pumping out a video or so a week. But I know I've been negligent for a while, so I wanted to put a video out, let you guys know that I'm still out here, still doing these things. And I hope to show you some of the stuff I've been working on here over the next few weeks by pumping out some videos. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.